What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Daily Refinement. My name is Chris. If this is the first time stopping by my channel, I am a full-time reseller. I sell stuff online on platforms like Amazon, Mercari, Poshmark, eBay. And today I'm talking about me actually taking a break from reselling. I think this is an interesting topic, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Um, I'm actually not going to resell at all in March. So I'm going to look for a commercial space. So I need 1,800 square feet. So I'm going to take the entire month off of March and look for a new headquarters. So I'm hoping to set up commercial facility. I'm going to spend the whole month looking for that spot. And then I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it, which is have a studio in the front to do YouTube, and then build my own fantasy factory like Prince Patel, my boy in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. But I am going to take an entire month break. James, my photographer, is going to sell in my store while I'm taking a break because he still needs to make money. So he's going to be a full-time thrifter. He's going to all of my equipment is he can use it if he wants to. So he's going to try to earn $1,500 a week thrifting. He's selling and doing all this stuff in the store so he can keep his income going while I am moving out of my house completely and into commercial spots. So if anybody knows somebody in the Bay Area, I'm looking for 1,800 square feet. That's the amount of space that I want. So if you guys know someone, I'm looking for an unusual situation because that's where I want to go, where I'm looking at flex space. I'm looking at potentially retail spaces that are underused, something to move into, ideally 60 by 30. So if you guys know a spot that's that dimension, let me know. But I definitely am going to be moving out of the place. I'm going to move in with my fiance, which is awesome. So I'll be able to start that chapter of my life. So I'm going to downsize because it's expensive to live in a house like this. So I'm going to move into something smaller with her, get our life started, save some money, and then try to get a house together in the Bay. We've decided to stay in the Bay Area for now, at least the next few years as she builds her career up. We'll stay here. But Nate, I'll be back. I'm going to be still talking on YouTube. I'm just not going to sell anything in March. I'm going to just get my finances together. I have around 400K listed, so I should be okay not listing anything for a month. But it's going to be interesting waking up and not listing anything, not doing any describing, no shipping, because my photographer is going to be doing that for a month. So that's it. The one thing I am going to do, though, is I am going to train a describer. I'm missing a describer. Okay, so the describer position I'm hiring for, if you guys know of somebody in the Bay Area, I want to pay between $20 and $25 an hour. Full-time work forever. So if you guys know somebody who wants to work for me has to be in person. You have to live in the Bay Area. $20 to $25 an hour is what I'm going to be paying. I don't know about benefits or something like that, but I am set up as an S corp. You'd be getting a check every 2 weeks or every week or even daily. I have no issue with paying people out. And I'm okay with employee. It doesn't have to be a contractor position. But James, my photographer, as you guys know, there's always stuff for him to do. So he comes in and leaves as he pleases. He uses all my equipment. It's a true contractor position. He can make as much or as little as he wants, and that's what he wants. But I am looking for a full-time describer, so I have the whole month of March to find that person. Then I can start the way that I want in April in a whole new space. What's up, Ty? Oh, yeah, we definitely all met up. Prince is a cool person. I was able to meet him, or I'm sorry, hang out with him again over the weekend in New York City. So pretty awesome. So glad that he spent some time driving out to visit us. It's always good to network with people. It's always worth it, in my opinion, to surround yourself with the best people you can. That's what rich people do. They're not buying expensive stuff usually, unless you're Prince and you're doing both. But like if you normally they spend their money on just networking with great people, and that brings their total world upwards. And then the opposite would be looking for other people who are complaining about the same thing that you do. So pick who you are around and you'll turn into that. Mary, yeah, I'm going to look in the space sharing for sure. 1,800 square feet, which is what I'm looking for, is Nothing. There's so many 40,000, 100,000 square foot places out here. So there's a lot of people doing huge businesses. I would just be a small peanut, but I want to be there. What's up, Maury? Yeah, I'm looking for someone that lives in the Bay Area that wants to do $20 to $25 an hour, depending on your experience level. Um, James, my photographer, his pace right now, he's earning between 25 and 40 an hour. It depends on what we list, but he does have almost 2 years now working for me, and he's pretty much independent. I don't have to do anything. I can rely on him to do the whole process of what, after the item is described. So I'm looking for a describer. Awesome. Yeah. If you guys know someone, I'm not looking for somebody remotely. I could do that, like you could describe it from the photographs, but I just don't want to do that because I'd rather have people in house because it's just nice to see people in person. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm taking the month of March off of listing stuff that's new. I can get my YouTube channel going again, get my e-commerce. I'm sorry, my branding back on point. Maybe I can. So if you guys are looking for some one-on-one help, March is going to be the month for you. I'll be available. I have more time, but just clear my mind and then set this up how I want to, and I can do it without borrowing money, which is fantastic. So, very excited. Yeah, right. The barbecue at my place. I need to do that. I mean, I'm going to be here foreseeably for at least a couple more months, so I should probably take advantage of this place. Throw a big house party or something. You're coming to the Bay Area in May. The Bay Area is awesome. It's just expensive. Everything else about it I like. I like the people. I like the talent pool. That's something I noticed a lot in New York City when I lived there. I'm from Utah, so I know I always tell this story, but I'm from Utah, and I didn't know that women had careers like that. It didn't occur to me because all my friends from Utah become homemakers in their early 20s. That's just the culture that I grew up in. I actually grew up in a suburb of Salt Lake City where it was like 91% Mormon. Not that that's the reason that caused that. It's not. There are plenty of industrious Mormon women. I just, where I lived, I didn't see that growing up. I just saw people, majoring in get a husband, and that's it. Then I moved from there to New York City, and the first time I went there, every single lady at the table made six figures and was in their 20s and female. So totally different. None of them were interested in even having a boyfriend, let alone having kids and getting married. The complete opposite. And that's what I wanted when I left Utah. But if you guys are enjoying my stories and my random thoughts, please smash the like button. I'm going to be doing a lot more specific long form reselling lifestyle chat because I have chosen this as my career. So I'm not here to sell you stuff on this video. I'm just here to talk about my plans to move into 1,800 square feet. I want 20,000 total items. So 20,000 total items in 1,800 square feet with an office that can have two people working at the same time in it. And then VAs are going to do a lot of the administrative stuff, but the actual describing and photographing, I want to use real humans in the real spot. And I'm excited because that'll give me an opportunity to create some ads so that the inventory can come to me. That I'm very excited about that. OGC is asking about my current resale business. Okay, so currently I'm on 4 platforms, and the way that I do a platform is I stay on one platform until it grosses at least 10,000 before I move to the next platform. I think that's important. Don't just, for most resellers that I meet, you're going to do just fine on one platform. You don't need to diversify. You should be spending your time finding better products rather than different platforms when you get started, because everything will sell on any platform provided you can actually sell it. So Mercari, eBay, StockX, wherever you want to get started is all the same. You just get started, and then once you're on the platform, learn the nuances of that platform and get good at it before you start another platform. Otherwise, there's no point. Like I have purposely taken my time with Amazon and Tradesy, which is my favorite resale site for clothing, because I just want to get good at the other platforms before I divert my attention. Let's see. Your daughter goes to SF and you promised her a meal at House of Prime Rib. House of Prime Rib is an establishment. It's fantastic. It's so good. All the sides, the cream corn. Yeah, we gotta hopefully we maybe we can do a big hangout at the House of Prime Rib. That's an amazing restaurant. Um, Lynn is asking how I keep track of my inventory. So I keep track of my inventory a few different ways. I have shelves, and I haven't shown you guys the area of my warehouse that's not clothing, but there's no bins in that. It just sits right on top of shelves. And I kind of got the idea from Loretta. She's Thrift Love Sell on Instagram. She's awesome. I was able to meet her in Kansas City last year. She just sets her items right on shelves, and that's what I do. So for hard goods, I just have a shelving system. So I number my items between one from 0 to 9, actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is the location on that shelf or that bin. So bin, location in the bin, shelves, and the multi-shelf system. And then online, it's just the spreadsheet that is shared with virtual assistants that help me update inventory and end items and relist items. How is this working versus a career? I think it's much easier to have a career. As I do this longer and longer, it's harder and harder for me to re-enter the career space. And when I was applying, they don't like people that are as entrepreneurial as myself because it's annoying because they don't stick around. My old boss used to say, "I'd rather hire B and A students than entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs always move. So no matter how well you perform at our company, you will not stay. So I'd rather not hire you because I know you're going to be gone and we have to waste all of our resources training you and helping you grow and all that stuff just to see you leave and take those skills to another company." So there's something to be said about, I live in the Bay Area where there are a ridiculous amount of good jobs. So me making 200 to 400 grand at a job is possible. And I don't know why people are complaining so much about the 9 to 5. A lot of 9 to 5s suck, but it depends. Like I never complained about making more than 10 grand at a job ever, even if it was a hard job, because it's a lot of money. Like when you meet people that are making 2 grand a month and then you're making 10 grand a month, how you can't say anything that, like it's like the example of if you got a flat tire in your Porsche, no one's gonna feel bad for you because you have a Porsche, right? So it's different. Um, I've never been I've never been ungrateful for that. So, it's challenging. Like when I was getting this reselling thing started, I didn't use the income because my income was from Facebook marketing. Um, but I can imagine how stressful it would be trying to get this off the point. I'm trying to get this off the ground with no money would be very stressful. That's why I don't think you guys should quit your job pretty much ever. You should always have a different side income that you live on. Reselling has its ups and downs. It's not the best career choice, in my opinion, right out the bat. Unless you have, in my opinion, at least 50 grand available to buy stuff, it's very challenging to do it full time because you need to find those quick flips. Oftentimes you're selling stuff too cheap because you can't wait. You need that cash flow. Not a good look. Ty's asking, is it mostly wholesale? Yes. So I would want to be 720 grand listed on 20K. That's $36 an item, and I'd like to keep my cost at 10. Now, that's not easy, of course. That's just ideal. But I would pay up to $18 to sell for 36 in the model that I just stated. So it looks great on a sticky note, but I know it's not going to turn out like that when I grow into that. But I will have the space for 20,000 items when I move into the spot. And worst case scenario, I can do it in storage units. So I don't have to go into a commercial space. It's just more convenient if I find one space where all my stuff is in the same area versus multiple storage units on the same property, which is actually no big deal. I wouldn't complain about that because it's still possible for me to run my business like that. eBay is very, very low electrical needing. So I've talked to multiple storage units that wouldn't allow like a machinery company or a wood shop, but they would allow an eBay business because the only electricity is for the lighting. The rest of it is pretty straightforward. You had to step back from Mercari. Balta, this is a really good topic. When I see people say that, it makes me go harder. I've been going hard on Mercari because people are giving up because on the 25th, priority shipping is going to go up $5. And $5 is ridiculous. It's a lot. It's like the total profit for some people on their items, and the shipping is going to increase $5, 4.50, right? I actually had a lady from Mercari reach out to me, and she's like, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to ship myself. I'm going to use my own shipping because I not going to pay $11 for priority shipping. That's too much." Um, let's see here. But if you guys are enjoying the conversation, please smash the like button. This is just a chat about reselling for a living. Where are the Apple shoes at? My Apple shoes are in my safe. Ming, you're asking, what do I think of the new USPS price structure? It's extremely expensive. I think it's going to weed out a lot of non-serious sellers. I always get I always get this like a very annoying um, um, let's see, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I always get throttled or yelled at when I say that you should grow a little bit bigger, because people are like, what if I can't grow bigger? And I'm like, then you'll probably die in this reselling world, because it's easier to be medium than it is to be small. For me, way easier to be medium size than it was to be a one person show. Having a 3 to 5 person show is much easier, much easier. You have more time to source. You have more people doing tasks you don't like. It's just not. I don't like doing stuff by myself. I'm not really a solo lone wolf type dude. I like to be surrounded by people. So it's been much easier for me to do three. So Susie's asking, I ask, do I add a platform after grossing 10,000 a month or a year? A month. Yeah, I don't add it until I'm doing at least 10K a month. Because why would you move on to the next platform if you're not even good at the current platform that you're on? Do you think you can make a serious living without a car? Absolutely. Especially if you do Amazon and you ship directly to a fulfillment center. In my opinion, that is the way to go. If you want to make the most money possible, and you guys are watching my channel right now, and you want to make the most money long term, this is what I suggest you do. You learn how to use a fulfillment center for Amazon and build up your bankroll and literally carry no inventory. It's very boring, but it's the fastest way to grow, and it's location independent. If you want to be somebody that can work from anywhere in the world and you don't know where you're going to be at in a couple of years, this might be a good way to go. I met Paul Lipsky in New York City a couple of days ago. Great guy, does 100 grand eBay and Amazon. Drop shipping, very, very low margins sometimes because you're flipping from one platform to the other. But in New York City is a beautiful place to visit if you feel like if you feel stuck, you should move to New York City, where you see people make it work with no space, extremely expensive. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. You should definitely spend time. Your partner and now business partner is a lawyer. He does sourcing, negotiating, helps research from this. Yeah, it's amazing. It's a lot more work than being a lawyer for sure, at least getting it off the ground. Right now, though, I definitely I do less work than when I started, but I work longer hours. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just doing less of the grunt work. And this is the part of reselling that's not popular or sexy, but 80% of my reselling life is still grunt work. Takes a long time. Trying to get out of the 9 to 5, it's challenging to get out of the 9 to 5, and I think there's too much hate towards the 9 to 5. The thing that I think is more challenging than the 9 to 5 is just low pay. If you have high pay, the 9 to 5 is fine. So work to increase your skills so you can get paid more at work. That would be my number one recommendation. Not reselling at all. Reselling is like a side hustle unless you really take it seriously. And I was just talking to Monica, the posh hanger, and she and I were talking about how you have to have grit and perseverance to get to a certain level. You have to be able to figure it out. And most of the people who do that have had some challenges in their life, to put it the least. Something bad happened to them, or they had a rough upbringing, or they've dealt with stress before somehow. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or from what neighborhood. You if you are exposed to controversy and you start growing and you have a little bit of grit and perseverance, you can figure it out. Like, here's an example. Susie is saying in the chat, I should speak in complete sentences. I personally do not need complete sentences to figure something out. When somebody says something, I don't trust it. I go and figure out what they mean, or read between the lines, or ask more questions. I can't spell out everything for you. That's not how I learned it. And I don't even know what I'm doing. So like there's no point in trying to take what I say as gospel, because I don't know what I'm doing. For one, I've only been doing this a couple of years, right? And there are people who do 1,000 times more money than me, giving away their stuff for free online all day. I just posted pharma packs. They're the largest Amazon seller. They did 400 million in sales or something. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They just want to follow like the next haul video. What can I go to Goodwill and find to make money today? Not like, how could I build a giant, company that, provides employment for 500 people and like raises the economy insanely. Like, it's just, you can tell. I don't know. Not to pick on you, Susie. I don't know you, but I'm just saying, like, I just takes so much to figure this out. It's hard. It's very hard. Um, let's see. 720 on each 720K across all platforms. I know, right, Duncan? You need to get to work. Just, I don't know. What time is it over there? Um, Sometimes I feel lazy to pack, but what I do to fix that, I don't know if you guys do this. I pick something to do that's fun right after how long I think it's going to take to pack. So if I think it's going to take 2 hours to pack, then I'll schedule something 2 hours from now, so I actually start packing. So I don't waste 2 hours on, browsing through cooking videos on YouTube for no reason. So schedule something ahead so you can get done. Look forward to that while you're doing the task you don't like. That's the best way I can get through it. What's up, Pablo? Your company ships around 2K with UPS, and you get a 60% discount. That's great. I have commercial plus pricing, and I ship pretty much all cubic rate. So my shipping rates aren't too bad. But that being said, I'm definitely going to look in the UPS and FedEx, and I have a really good friend that works for FedEx. So I'll ask her to maybe explain to me getting more commercial setup. But shipping, I don't know. Shipping is interesting. What's up, Nitro Betty? It's true. The reseller community is challenging. I'm trying to exit a little bit and be in more the make the side income people, the people like the groups where they focus on creating a side income, or early retirement. Those are the groups that I like more than the reselling group. Although I do consider myself a reseller, so I don't want to be like I don't want to ostracize myself from the group, in which I have been sort of put into a weird bucket because of Poshgate, as you guys remember. But I'm not actually racist, so it doesn't. I get it. So when I thought about putting together some kind of a study for all the different things that I found on Poshmark, but it's just not worth it. Like I don't want to be in the spotlight for that platform. I'd rather just stay low key and keep things I figure out to myself, because talking about it has only brought me negativity. Stephanie runs 2 businesses in her 600 square foot apartment. That is amazing. I love it. I love watching people problem solve with just a mini area. It's cool. Martin says you need a lot of cash and low overhead to do it full time. I agree. My overhead running it at full speed is 13 grand a week. So, as you guys can tell, it's pretty expensive. So I want to run that pace. So obviously I need to have the right things in place and enough savings to get me through the initial start. Anthony is asking if I can help him build a small audience on a YouTube channel. So this is how you build a YouTube channel. My fiance coached me how to do it. She said, do something for an entire year for fun instead of doing it for money. So that's what I did. And I did YouTube for an entire year, made a video almost every single day. And I had so many subscribers come when I was doing collaborations and just talking about different ideas. So just be honest, truthful, try to convey your ideas clearly. You don't have to do ridiculous vlogs. Like you can, and that's, you're gonna grow your following a lot bigger. But it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to get a big following? Are you trying to be helpful? Are you trying to journal? What are you doing YouTube for? So I can't help you build a YouTube channel because I don't have enough time to even build my own YouTube channel right now. But I wish you luck. What's up, Mara? You feel like a nap. Damn. You got to have another coffee. Will I try boutique Poshmark? Definitely not. I don't recommend boutique Poshmark for anybody. You just open up a regular wholesale account. If you Poshmark wholesale is not true wholesale because Poshmark takes a cut of it. I would you can do that. It's just more expensive. Ty hates working out but loves boxing. That's smart. That's like a hack. Um, that's a hack. Shout out to Lori who got me running. We're doing 2 half marathons a year just for fun. My fiance and I, and we didn't like running at first. That's why we started. But now we like running. It's cool. How much money saved did I have before going full time? I never actually used the money from reselling. It's a secondary income, but I would say save 50K before going full time. That's not a popular idea. Probably people will probably get fired up in the comments. But you don't need 50 grand to start. You don't need to give 50. You don't need that. But I think you should if you're going to rely on reselling as your full-time income and you come across an awesome lot from an estate sale and you can't buy it. That sucks. I'd rather stay at work and grind it out and earn more money to be able to buy that one day. You feel like you're frustrated by the limits. Don't be frustrated by the limits. Just use that time to learn sourcing. Do I use Instagram to promote any of my stores? No, but I will start to do that soon. But no, I'm not using Instagram to promote any of my stores right now because I have plenty of business on just the platforms. I can sell on Facebook. That's actually part of my next thing. Yeah, Pablo is funny. People were saying like, is reselling dying? And I put people aren't going to have feet in the future, so stop buying shoes. But I was just trying to. One, I was kind of trolling people who do exactly what they hear on YouTube by just saying give up on shoes when shoes is such a big category that people can make their own site selling just shoes and do fine. That's how big it is. Like it's so big that there are sites that only sell sneakers coming out all the time, and every single platform you can do while selling shoes. That's how big that category is. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think that market's going anywhere. Yeah, it's true. You could ask Wade's Ventures. Wade's Ventures actually did all the work on this channel. Wade is awesome. He was one of my first Patreon members. He helped me get this started and figure out how to do all the technical stuff. But yeah, I'm just talking online. My videos are terrible. Stuart, I do recommend you just learn Amazon. Just do it. Amazon UK is almost as big as Amazon US, and it has a lot less competitors. I would learn how to do it. Just force yourself to do it and go on a low information diet. Just listen to boring FBA videos for 6 months and don't pop out and listen to any drama, and you will have an Amazon business. PGT says Poshmark's boutique wholesale is a joke. I don't know if it's a joke. It's just more expensive than regular wholesale. So there's probably some brands on there that do well. I don't know. What are my thoughts on van life? I am going to build a Sprinter and go on the road, but that's down the road. I love van life reselling, but realistically, it's an FBA van. Jeanette, what's going on? Yeah, you do have to be ungated to sell a lot of things on Amazon. But as for Pablo in the chat, who's in my group, I recommended to him just what I'm doing on Amazon. Just sell a bunch of stuff so you can get ungated in every category. I don't want to spend too much time on Amazon, but I also don't want to be left behind. So just doing it for fun, maintaining a good account, and then not telling anybody what it is because you don't want people to copy your products that are doing well. Stoicism is great. Yeah, you should definitely work on that. Alan, I'm not an FBA expert, so I would definitely ask somebody else. But I just pay extra to have it all go to one warehouse. You grossed 125 grand your first year reselling. You got laid off twice. You did not have 50 gain. Yeah, I know. People don't. People start reselling with 50 grand of debt and no savings. I'm not saying somebody just asked me what I recommend. I recommend you keep your job until you have 50 grand saved before you do reselling full time. That's what I recommend, right? But you have to do what I say. I'm not the boss of you. I am not the boss of you. Let's see. Sprinter van. Yeah, I love Sprinter vans. They're just awesome. What do I do with PS4 games? Um, I personally don't sell video games because I think it's boring. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that they're not a great category. There's plenty of people who make a great living only selling video games. Ahmad, what's going on? Ahmad is one of my friends, one of the biggest e-commerce sellers I know, killing it in his 20s, one of the people I look up to. If I ever have any questions on high volume, I always message him. He's always taking care of me. The super chat, $100. Thank you so much. He puts his money where his mouth is. Ahmad is a gentleman who built up a gigantic business and is on multiple platforms. Now he's on Amazon too, in the replenishable game. So all the big players I know, guys, follow Ahmad on Instagram. Ahmad, put your handle in the chat. Ahmad's awesome. He's killing it. He's making tons of money, and he's very nice and humble. I'm going to go visit him in Texas so we can go get some Whataburger. So it's funny because it's spelled Whataburger, but apparently it's pronounced Whataburger. I don't know if anybody is in Texas right now. But Ahmad's out there killing it, doing the outlet game. I don't want to give away all of his secrets, but when you are growing, it's a lot easier to sell brands that already sell really, really well, versus private label or selling your crappy brands. Much easier to sell Gucci than it is to sell Merona. So it's just, if you spend your time learning how to sell Gucci and get on those lists, it's much better than looking for Target clearance and buying Merona for $1 and selling it for $9. That's much more challenging. Big Score, thanks for stopping by. You get sidetracked with government corruption videos. Yeah, I don't. Most of the time, the government is ridiculous, especially now with Donald Trump as the president. I do post some stuff in my Instagram to honestly, because I find it entertaining to troll people. Like I put in there that next month supposedly 7 million people are going to go into default on their car loans, and I noticed this in the car business too. We're giving out 7-year, 8-year loans to people, 0 down, buying a $30,000 car. I put that in there because I like looking at the conversation, but I don't think there really is that big of a problem, in a sense of like, I know plenty of millennials that are very frugal. I have a 12-year-old car I paid cash for, right? I also know millennials that finance a Lamborghini, right? And it's a $40,000 a month payment, right? And I know people who take out loans for to buy stuff, right? That's crazy. Imagine taking out a loan to buy stuff, right? Not a credit card, like a loan, like a high interest loan, on top of credit cards, just to finance a certain lifestyle. And it's not, there's no political statement there. It's just that it's possible that the economy might tank with all these loans going into default. So I think it's fun to trigger people sometimes, which I should probably not do that. There's a 2% of me enjoys triggering people. And for, a lot of people enjoy that. As every single time I post a trolling comment on Instagram, it gets 1,000 likes, which is, I'll post something useful and it'll get 200 likes. So you can see where everyone's head's at. They want to complain. Have I given up on free shipping? Not necessarily. Now that I don't have best offer anymore, free shipping might be something I move into. Best offer is more of a C2C thing or a B2C thing. And what I mean by that is you don't make offers to businesses. You make offers to people. So that's one of the reasons why I switched away from best offer. Not that it doesn't work. It works. It's just that I want to treat myself more like a business, and businesses don't accept offers. They price their products well, and they know what they're doing, and they sell. Ahmad doesn't have a channel. He's too busy crushing it. But he would be really good at it. He has a really awesome Lebanese food Instagram that has a, he knows what he's doing. He just hasn't spent his time making content for you guys. Let's see. California screwed up. It's the worst state to live in for business. I mean, it's interesting. It's not easy living here, that's for sure. But I still think it's a good place to live as a reseller because there's so many goods. Julie, what's up? That is so awesome that you're teaching your 15-year-old daughter how to resell. A lot of people have been following me since the beginning. I appreciate you guys stopping by and supporting me through all my videos and helping me get my head around different things and grow as a person. I think now I'm way more level-headed, and somebody says somebody calls me some unnice thing on the comments, I think it just sort of rolls off my head now because of the support of the people who do find value in the content that I'm doing. Let's see. Best offer or free shipping, not both. I like that, Mary. That's a great thought. Best offer or free shipping, or best offer, charge for shipping. That's a good thing to do. How do I keep track of partial refunds and then collect eBay fee difference? Fantastic question. So how I do it is I have a canned response on Gmail, and I have an email. I think it's merchant_na@ebay.com, something like that. I have the customer service email for eBay and a canned response that says, please issue a refund for this item number in this amount and send me an email to confirm. That's what I do. And it is awesome. It's way better to email customer support than it is to call them. And I have merchant support. I have 2 anchor stores. So I'm paying $600 a month for the primo US representative. You call, a US person picks up, right? Not a foreigner. And I still better to email them. So hopefully you guys take that as a very, very, very useful thing. Yeah, this is a really interesting thought that Pablo was saying. You can have a medium-sized business with more employees, and you basically net the same as doing it by yourself, but you have a little bit more headspace. That's where Monica and I were talking about this earlier, the Posh Hanger. She wants to grow her eBay business so it's automated. She has a photographer and a describer and a lister and a shipper, and all she does is buy stuff for the store while she works on her brand. I don't know if you guys know this, but she had a really awesome brand going, but then some personal stuff happened and she took a step back, and now she's getting back into it. But it's nice to have that recurring business with people that work in your store, even if the margins are lower, because you're just multiplying your time. Puerto Rico, Marcos. Yeah, that's something. The tax laws are awesome. I know John Lee Dumas was making about $5 million a year and moved to Puerto Rico. That's true. You can source 365 days a year there. Probably have to go soon, pick up my fiance for dinner. Chance, thank you for stopping by. Teaching your 60-year-old mother Poshmark. That's amazing. I met a 70-year-old lady that does Poshmark. She does great. Is Sacramento a good city for thrifting? Amazing. I was gonna drop the F-bomb, but it's really amazing. Sacramento is fantastic. It's huge. Hey Ashley, what's up? Yeah, Ashley is venturing into the YouTube world. Hustle at Home Mom, one of my favorites. She was voted, I know she's very humble, but voted the person with the most valuable resale brand. Okay, because like I have a lot of time because I'm not married yet and have no kids, and I have 100 hours a week of free time. Ashley does not have that much time. She has 2 very rambunctious boys who I met, and she has a lot of time. I mean, she has 0 time, and she looks like she's dying on social media, but really she's a very well composed businesswoman. So her brand is so inspirational because there's so many people with kids and busy schedules and trying to, everything's a mess at home while you're trying to put it together. And that's inspirational to see her put together $100,000 Amazon business and do eBay and do Poshmark and make healthy food for the kids. It's very hard. And she shows the real light of it. We're both from Utah. We went to school together. Utah's full of these incredible fake blogger people that have perfect lives and four nannies, and they only eat beautiful, healthy things and do yoga and Pilates and run 10-figure businesses. But for us normal folk, you guys should follow Ashley. She's awesome. That's funny. The media never lies. It's true. The media never lies. Julia's 30 minutes from Sacramento. True. Yeah, Ashley makes great videos. She's fantastic. She actually visited me here 2 months ago. She's awesome. She's very awesome. Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys liking the video. If you do like the video, please smash the like button. I have to go pick up my fiance. We're gonna make some dinner tonight. Everyone have a great one. Message me if you guys have any questions at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I'm not gonna be listing anything in March. I'm taking a break from this crazy resale world. All I'm gonna be doing, looking for commercial space. I'm gonna move into 1,800 square feet. And it will take me 28 weeks to get to 20,000 items. So right now, you guys can look at my other store, which I don't really share, which is called 100 New Listings Daily. That's what it is on eBay. It's different on Poshmark and Mercari, but you guys can get an idea and peep that store. It just crossed over 4,000. I just started that store. So everyone have a great night. Take care.